I beg, if you are coming across these very updates, please don't allow our leaders to see this video. Make una come listen to what Kanayo said in one viral video about our leaders, because they just asked him one particular question about Nigeria, and what he said, oh my God, have shocked millions of Nigerians, and I cannot just believe what I heard with my ear. Please, if you are coming across this very update, you really need to listen to what Kanayo tell to our leaders. Please, I would also like you to share this video so that other Nigerians out there who have not come across this very update can still listen to waiting at the ear for this very update.
We know what is happening to Dangote and so on, and the natural resources given to us is still being. Does that inform why we take the oil from here in its crude nature and send it abroad for refining, bring it back here?
We're still locked up in colonialism. The products belong to someone. I said that at the beginning. We don't know what is planned for our oil. It's what we see that we take. Now, the oil, I heard, what's his name? Abacha was killed because of oil, because of refineries, getting them, not shutting them down. They want us to shut down. These are ways of making the world away from us. We drill crude, we send to them, they process, come out with several products, times 10 the price of the crude, and sell to us. What easier way can you take money away from someone than that? At the moment, we're a big market, 200 million people.
Very big market.
Yeah. So Shell will not leave you under any condition. They know what they're doing here. Mobi will not leave. I've worked in the oil rigs, so I know what happens. When we're getting records of what is drilled from Texas, why should that be? Can't you put a meter here and see what we drill? The information goes to Texas before it comes back to Nigeria. It's a crazy situation. Our leaders have just, out of fear, the bullet that will kill you as a man, you don't hear the sound.
You don't hear the sound.
So why does that worry you as a man? When you want to fight, you go out all and fight. If you decided to lead, you are ready to sacrifice your life for the people. That's what it takes. So those who are scared to die should stay away from leadership if Africa must change.
Those who are afraid to die must stay away from leadership.
Yes. Those who are in power now are not leaders. They are clowns, I will say it again. Any day, they are clowns. They don't understand what leadership is. President Trump took a bullet on his ear. And while they were still trying to take him out, he was still raising his hand to show solidarity to his people.
Hey, what does that mean?
That's the man who's willing to lead. I mean, Trump is a comfortable man. He has no business to go into governance. He said this so many times. I have my issues with him, but it's not a topic for today. But I'm just trying to, take a leaf from it for our leaders. How many of them would do that? They are cowards, all of them. Cowards. They can't stand up to the Westerners and say, no, get out from Africa. The only thing that was Muammar Gaddafi's offense. That's why he's dead today.
Yeah.
He stood and fought for Africa.
Muammar Gaddafi kept on saying, they are setting you up against me when I go.
Yes, you understand.
You will understand.
Look at Libya.
Since then, Libya has
Look
not
at Libya. They won't see
because in Libya before now, I know very well, almost everyone had a house. If you graduated from university, you're entitled to $5,000 or more. And so
you get married, they give you a house, give you money.
And so on.
Strong social system. They saw that resonating across Africa. What that means is that we will have a lot of powers to evolve. Even
establishing the is it Central Bank of Africa or Africa's World Bank?
Yes. They want a Central African Bank with one currency. Yes. They will never let that happen. If China didn't shut its doors, China wouldn't be China today.
Yeah.
And that's what Muammar Gaddafi wanted to do. And they wouldn't let him. Because the other African stooges, not leaders. Because if they were leaders, they would have understood his language. They didn't understand. It was taking too long to convince them. Look at what happened in Niger and Burkina Faso. If all the African leaders resonated the same voice and shut down Africa, there's nothing they would have done. Unless they're going to come on outright warfare and come and destroy us with nuclear weapons. So let me pick a little bit on democracy.
Yes.
It's a fraud. Democracy is a fraud. The 4 years tenure is criminality.
Okay.
No unevolved country can evolve in 4 years. You give them a breather to see where we're going, to change it. Go and look at them. None of them evolved under democracy. None of the Western countries evolved. They are stopping us from developing with democracy. Like Fela will say, when teacher teach something,
Student
no get am.
no get that.
He go talk now. So why are you keeping quiet? Each time they do bad, wrong, false, created numbers in elections, they keep quiet. And you have, you come to one and tell me about democracy. I wish I could get one-on-one with some of these leaders. That's things that they are not being told by leaders. I'll tell them to their face. They're ashamed. They should be ashamed. They should never look at Africa. They should cover their face when they look at Africa.
Now, if you had the opportunity of being president of Nigeria for 72 hours, 1 week, what are the 3 most critical things you want done?
Foreign policy, I'm going to change all of it.
Change it from what to what?
I'm going to shut down the country. Lock it up.
Do you need to shut down an airport because there's a construction major one going on?
No, not airport. What I mean is...
No, I'm just saying, an instance.
Yeah, economically. I'm going to force us to depend on ourselves and we will evolve. The demand, if there are no cars in Nigeria to buy anymore, the demand for cars will force people to build cars. Trust me on that. The demand for cars, the base technology is already here. We know what it is. During the war in Nigeria, didn't the Biafran army build bombs?
Yes, and so on.
Of course. So when we say we're not importing cars from anybody anymore, cars will come out of this country. Our steel will function by force. The need for it, we force it. If only these criminals out there will let us be. Well, that's the first policy I will go for. Secondly, I will restructure the country entirely.
What manner of restructuring are you going to carry out for the benefit of our listeners?
Well, we might look at the existing lines, the regional lines. We have 3 regions before. The smaller, the more difficult to succeed. So I'd rather go for 3 regions instead of 6. Yes.
3 regions.
The smaller the units, what you call business of scale. When you want to, for example, produce rice, if you are producing 10 bags and your profit is 100 naira, your 100 times 10 is 1,000. If you produce 10,000 bags and produce 50 naira, you make more profit. So the bigger the unit, the federating unit, the easier it is to succeed, the faster you can hit the ground running. So that's the reason why I would go for 3 units or 2. Northern, southern Nigeria, or the original 3 that we used to have. I even subscribe more to northern and southern Nigeria because the tribes in this country complement each other in very, very interesting ways. But because we look at the bad ones, courtesy of the seeds sown into our brains. So what we see is what is wrong with the Yoruba man, what is wrong with the Hausa man. But I tell you, every single person has what they bring to the table. When you have, let me tell you, it's a Christmas day and 5-6 families decide to dine together. Can you imagine what that dining table will be, the kind of food you have on that? You have more variety of things to eat. Maybe a Calabar man brings his food and Hausa man brings his food. And when you just have one family, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The more, the merrier.
Yeah, but then, in the words of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression. So,
a merge of African expression. Is that what you said?
A mere geographical expression.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
We. That's why those lines.
It goes to exemplify that we are tolerating ourselves. Not that the diversity we all talk about. There are too many colors on it. Too many differences.
Yeah.
I remember a quote either by Tafawa Balewa when Zik says, let's something with our differences. They say, let's understand our differences. And one disagreed with the other. It's part of history, So this diversity we keep on talking about. Do you think we are not just a mere geographical expression, tolerating each other?
What we see most of the time is a function of our mindset. Yes. If you walk into this place and you're a businessman, you start seeing things you can sell and how you can make money. If a pastor comes here, he starts seeing the spiritual connection of things. If a mechanic comes here, he starts seeing parts that can be reusable to repair cars. So we're sort of limited a lot of times with what is in our mind. So this diversity that will cause strength, yes, it can be a strength. At the same time, it can be a problem. It's just like you pour water into a cup. You can call it half full or half empty. Depends on what you want to see. So we have been doctored from the times of independence to see this people as that, see this people as that, see that people like that.
Yeah, because Nigeria was supposed to have its independence in 1957, but the North said it was not ready.
That was not the North speaking. That was the West speaking. They had not finished the structure, the strategy they wanted to use to keep us forever. Because the Northerners are a great tool for them. They're using it. They're using Northerners to keep Nigeria the way it is. If only they understand that, they will understand to relate more with their brothers than to trust King Charles and his cohorts in the West.